Hi everybody, I'm Chloe, Bobby and Natasha's other daughter.
The youngest.
Thank you for your presence today and for listening. I'd like to start with something obvious. My father devoted his existence to music. Many people will say this in a variety of ways, but I want you to know what this looked like from the eyes of a daughter. Around 12 in the morning, after playing a 4-hour-long show, he'd get right back to it. The minute we were back at the house or hotel, his guitar was back in his hands. Experimenting, improvising, learning, loving. He called it woodshedding, and there was not a day that went by where he did not pick up his guitar. At any given hour of the day, the ever-evolving tone of his guitar would fill our home. In mornings before sun had risen, in lazy afternoons, in cozy evenings, he would play. If he woke in the night and couldn't sleep, he would find his guitar. He was the busiest person I've ever known, yet he would always make time for his family. I don't know how I got so lucky to be born into a life where he was my father. The dedication behind the scenes spoke for itself in his live performances. But the phenomena that is a live dead show must be credited as much to the fans as to the band. My dad explained this to me in his own words. We have a kind of special relationship with our fans. What happens is they give us energy. We kind of focus it, we shape it, and give it back to them. All this happens right up there. What I'll call the azimuth. It's between us and the audience, and the music happens there. They're as much a part of it as we are. That explains why we never got around to making great records, because they weren't there in the studio with us. As often in conversations with my father, I had to look up the definition of a word he just used. I found that in navigation, azimuth is used to describe your bearing as relative to your destination and true north. In astronomy, it traces the space between the horizon and a celestial object, as seen from the observer. To my father, azimuth is between the band and audience, and it is where music finds life. He knew the songs are inseparable from the dedicated community of Deadheads. My gratitude for this community in which I have grown up is unending. Without this community, there would be no music and no me. Within my father's devotion to music, he carried the spirit of not only those who came before, but all those who will come after. His greatest wish was always for the music to live on long after he was gone. In 30 years, I hope that a 60-year-old is bragging to a 20-year-old in a parking lot, saying, "I saw them with Bobby." In 300 years, when the music from this time period is being discussed, I want the Grateful Dead to not only be in that conversation, but to be still evolving. This 300-year legacy is an aspiration my dad often spoke of. He explained for that to be possible, it matters how we carry on now. It is a legacy far larger than solely sound, and he believed if we played our cards right, these past 60 years would mark only the beginning. Speaking for myself, everybody here, and all those here in spirit, earthly or otherwise, it is a promise I know we can keep. We'll do it for us, and we'll do it for him. Thank you.